Welcome dear friends to my video lecture on existentialism. This is Unit 1, one of the subheadings in Unit 1 of NET education or TRB education for TRB students. I have given the content as such, the most important aspects of existentialism. If you go through all this, you will be able to write any question with regard to this particular topic. Whatever question may be, you could write these points. I am sure it will be very relevant for that question. That type of answer I have given in the content section. So please go through that, especially TRB students. For others, just to know about the topic and then questions. We are just analyzing the questions. So let us straight away enter into the topic. Existentialism, contribution of Western schools of thoughts, existentialism, and its contribution to education with a special reference to information, knowledge and wisdom. So we are going to talk about existentialism. Existentialism is a philosophical movement that emphasizes individual existence, freedom and choice. Note these words: individual existence, freedom and personal choice. Not even choice, personal choice. That is existentialism. It arose in the 20th century latest and has significantly influenced various fields including education. Here is an overview of its contribution to education, particularly regarding information, knowledge and wisdom as asked in the syllabus. What are the key concepts of existentialism? Individual experience. Existentialists believe that individuals are responsible for giving meaning to their lives through their choices and experiences. So it talks about individual experience. Then freedom and choice. It talks about freedom and choice, existentialism. Central to existentialism is the idea that humans have the freedom to choose and they must make a responsibility for the consequences of their choice. Not only you choose something, but you must be ready to accept the consequences also. That is what existentialism holds. So, central to existentialism is the idea that humans have the freedom to choose and they must take a responsibility for the consequences of their choices. Authenticity. The third characteristic of existentialism is authenticity. Existentialism emphasizes living authentically, which means being true to one's own values and beliefs rather than conforming to societal expectations. That is authenticity. What are the contributions of existentialism to education? Student-centered learning. Existentialist thought encourages educators to focus on the needs, interests and experiences of individual students. This approach fosters an environment where students feel valued and can express themselves freely. Student-centered learning. Then critical thinking and reflection. Existentialism promotes critical thinking and self-reflection. Students are encouraged to question assumptions or principles, explore their beliefs and engage with the complex ideas, difficult ideas, which leads to deeper understanding. Relevance of knowledge. What relevance or what importance existentialism gives to knowledge? Relevance of knowledge. Knowledge in an existentialist framework is seen as personal and contextual, situational, personal and contextual. Knowledge is acquired only through these things, personal and contextual. Education should help students connect the academic content to their own lives, making learning more relevant and meaningful. So this is how they see knowledge. Existentialists see knowledge. Then pursuit of wisdom. While information and knowledge are crucial, important, existentialism emphasizes the pursuit of wisdom, which involves applying knowledge to make meaningful decisions and live authentically. That's very important. That authenticism is very, very important. Educators are encouraged to guide students in developing their wisdom rather than simply imparting facts. So the teachers have to teach authenticity through their personal choices, through the personal choices of the student. They should make them reflect on it, and then they should help them to become authentic in their lives. So that is the idea here. Then emotional and ethical development. Existentialism acknowledges the emotional and ethical dimensions of human existence. Education should support students in grappling with ethical dilemmas and developing their moral compass, helping them become compassionate and reasonable individuals. So, how they should, existentialism, how they view education. Education should support students in facing ethical dilemmas and developing the moral aspects in their lives, helping them become compassionate and responsible individuals. Then encouragement of creativity, another important thing in existentialism, another aspect, encouragement of creativity. Existentialist educators often promote creativity and self-expression, allowing students to explore their unique perspectives and abilities. This fosters innovation and personal growth. Now let us reflect on the view of existentialism regarding information, knowledge and wisdom. How do they view information? Existentialists, how do they view information? In an existentialist educational context, information is not just facts to memorize, it becomes a tool for personal exploration. Students learn to sift through information critically, determining what resonates with their experiences and values. This is information. Students learn to reflect on the information critically and deciding what gives them as a wisdom through their experiences and values. That is the understanding of information with regard to existentialism. How do they view knowledge? Knowledge is viewed as subjective and experiential. Knowledge is viewed as subjective and experiential. Students are encouraged to engage with the knowledge actively, linking it to their own lives and making sense of it through the personal lens. So this is how they see knowledge. It is viewed as subjective and experiential. Then wisdom. How do they see wisdom? Wisdom transcends mere knowledge. It goes beyond knowledge. It involves understanding oneself and the world, making informed choices and taking responsibility for those choices. Existentialist education aims to cultivate wisdom by guiding students to reflect on their learning and experiences and to apply their knowledge in meaningful ways. Let us conclude. What could be the concluding remarks on existentialism? Existentialism's emphasis on individuality, freedom and authenticity provides a rich framework for understanding the role of education in cultivating informed, knowledgeable and wise individuals. Secondly, by prioritizing the unique experiences of students and encouraging critical reflection, existentialist education prepares learners to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and integrity. So this is how we can conclude. Of course, the most important ideas are here in the conclusion itself. What is the primary focus of existentialism? Collective experience, historical context, individual existence, scientific reasoning. That is individual existence. Existentialism emphasizes the individual's experience and existence as central to understanding life. Which of the following is a key concept of existentialism? Determinism or fatalism, freedom and choice, objectivity, conformity. So which is a key concept of existentialism, that is nothing but freedom and choice. Existentialism asserts that individuals have the freedom to make choices, and they are responsible for those choices. I mean, those who are having the choices, they are responsible for their choices also. So, freedom and choice, that is a key word, key concept in existentialism. In existentialist education, what is emphasized over conformity? Conformity means simply agreeing with the others. Is it encouraged in existentialism? That is the idea here. Compliance, authenticity, standardization, discipline. See, authenticity. Authenticity means, suppose someone is authentic, not necessarily you should accept the ideas of everyone else. It is something personal. He decides and he holds it as valuable. So that way, it is not a conformity. It is not a compliance, standardization, discipline, but authenticity. He should be true to himself. That is the idea here. Authenticity refers to being true to one's own values and beliefs rather than conforming to external pressures. Just because others say, he need not to follow them, or he is not subject to the opinions of others. He keeps his own opinions, values, beliefs, and that way he is authentic to himself. He is true to himself. That is the idea here. So what is the question? What is emphasized over conformity? Authenticity is emphasized over conformity. How does existentialism view student-centered learning? How does existentialism view student-centered learning? It is less effective than traditional methods. It focuses on the teacher's needs. Student-centered learning focuses on the teacher's need. It prioritizes individual needs and experiences. It discourages personal expression. In other words, what is student-centered learning according to existentialism? It is nothing but it prioritizes individual needs and experiences. That matters. Individual needs and experiences, that is the meaning of student-centered learning. It prioritizes existentialism, gives importance to individual needs and experience. Existentialist thought encourage educators to tailor learning, to suit the learning to each student's unique needs and experiences. What role does critical thinking play in existentialist education? It is discouraged in favor of rote memorization. It is essential for self-reflection and questioning assumptions. It only benefits advanced students. It is irrelevant to personal growth. What role does critical thinking play in existentialist education? It is essential for self-reflection and questioning assumptions. So critical thinking plays the role regarding self-reflection and questioning the principles. So it is helpful for self-reflection and questioning assumptions. That is what critical thinking plays as its role in existentialism. Critical thinking fosters self-reflection and helps students engage deeply with complex ideas, that is difficult ideas. According to existentialism, knowledge should be what? Abstract and universe, objective and standardized, personal and contextual, memorized without understanding. So according to existentialism, knowledge should be personal and contextual, that is situational, personal and contextual. Existentialism emphasizes that knowledge should be connected to students' lives and experiences. What is meant by the pursuit of wisdom in existentialist education? What is the meaning of wisdom in existentialism? That is, acquiring as much information as possible, understanding and applying knowledge meaningfully, following traditional educational paths, avoiding ethical considerations. Among the four, which is the correct one? Understanding and applying knowledge meaningfully. That is wisdom in existentialism. In all the isms, wisdom comes to that point only. If you just go through other isms also, The wisdom means, putting together everything and, understanding the reality, as it comes. It comes like that. More or less the same in all the isms. So understanding and applying knowledge meaningfully is the wisdom. Wisdom involves using knowledge to make informed, meaningful decisions. Existentialism encourages educators to guide students in memorizing facts, developing their moral compass, avoiding personal reflection, following strict rules. So, existentialism encourages educators to guide students in developing their moral compass. Existentialism supports emotional and ethical development, helping students to navigate moral problems, moral dilemmas. How does existentialism view creativity in education? With regard to creativity, what is their view? It should be minimized for efficiency. It is essential for personal expression and growth. It is irrelevant to academic success. It should follow a strict framework. So what should be the correct answer? How does existentialism view creativity in education? It is essential for personal expression and growth. Existentialist education promotes creativity as a means of exploring individual perspectives. What is the relationship between information and existentialist education? Information is irrelevant. Information is solely for memorization. Information is a tool for personal exploration. Information should be avoided in favor of intuition. So what is the relationship between information and existentialist education? What is the correct answer? Information is a tool for personal exploration. Because it's a personal freedom it talks about. So personal exploration. Existentialism views information as a means to help students explore their own experiences. In existentialism, knowledge is viewed as what? A fixed set of facts, universal and objective, subjective and experiential, irrelevant to personal growth. So what should be the correct answer among the four? Knowledge is viewed in existentialism as subjective and experiential. Knowledge in existentialism is seen as shaped by personal experiences and perspectives, views on the world, views on people, everything personal, perspectives, views. So knowledge in existentialism is seen as shaped by personal experiences and perspectives. What is the ultimate goal of existentialist education? To produce standardized test scores, to cultivate informed, knowledgeable and wise individuals, to minimize student participation, to ensure conformity to societal norms. What is the ultimate goal of existentialist education? That is to cultivate informed, knowledgeable and wise individuals. So the aim is to prepare students to navigate life or to search in life meaningfully and responsibly. The aim is to prepare students to see life meaningfully and responsibly. What aspect of human existence does existentialism particularly emphasize? Social norms, scientific knowledge, emotional and ethical dimensions, historical events. What aspect of human existence does existentialism particularly emphasize? Emotional and ethical dimensions. Existentialism recognizes the importance of emotions and ethics in human life and education. So emotional and ethical dimensions, that is the aspect of human existence. It emphasizes, existentialism emphasizes emotional and ethical dimensions in life. Which of the following best describes the existentialist approach to student learning? So, which of the statement among the four, which best describes the existentialist approach to student learning? Passive reception of information, active engagement and personal connection, strict following of the curriculum, strict adherence to curriculum, focus on competition. So what is the correct answer? Which best describes the existentialist approach to student learning? That is active engagement and personal connection. Existentialism promotes an active learning process where students connect personally with what they learn. Why is self-reflection important in existentialist education? It distracts from learning, it helps students memorize better, it fosters personal growth and understanding, it is not considered important. Why is self-reflection important in existentialist education? Because it fosters personal growth and understanding. Self-reflection enables students to make sense of their experiences and choices. How does existentialism address the role of the educator? As a strict authority figure, as a guide in students' personal exploration, as a source of all knowledge, as a facilitator of rote learning, how does existentialism address the role of the educator? He becomes a guide in students' personal exploration. Educators are seen as facilitators who support students in their individual journeys of discovery in knowledge. Which of the following statements reflects existentialist views on ethical development? Ethics are predetermined and fixed. Ethical dilemmas should be avoided in education. Students should grapple with ethical issues. Ethics are not relevant to individual choice. Which of the following statements reflects existential views on ethical development? Among the four, students should grapple, they should face the ethical issue. They should grapple with ethical issues. Existentialism encourages students to engage with and reflect on ethical dilemmas as part of their growth. In existentialism, wisdom is understood as what? Accumulation of facts, application of knowledge to live meaningfully, following prescribed norms, dismissing personal experiences. So wisdom is understood as what? That is application of knowledge to live meaningfully. Wisdom involves understanding and using knowledge to see life authentically, to live life authentically. That is the idea, application of knowledge to live meaningfully. What is a fundamental belief of existentialist philosophy? Fundamental belief. Human behavior is entirely determined by genetics. Is it true? Individuals are responsible for creating meaning in their lives. Is it true? Knowledge is irrelevant to personal experience. Is it true? Conformity leads to a fulfilling life. Is it true? Which is the right one? What is the fundamental belief of existentialist philosophy? Individuals are responsible for creating meaning in their lives. Existentialism holds that individuals must find their own meaning through choices, through their